Chosen one, before this day moves another inch, the Father wants you to hear something gentle and true. Someone is coming to your door, not as a threat, not as a test you must pass, but as an answer wrapped in a form you did not expect. There is a knock already on its way toward your life, and heaven asked me to reach you first, so that when it comes, you will not mistake it for an interruption. You will know it for what it truly is. A surprise sent by the hand of God to change everything. I know you have learned to be careful with hope. You have heard promises before that arrived empty, and so a quiet part of you decided it was safer to expect nothing. You taught yourself to keep your heart at a careful distance from anything that might let you down again. But the Father is not asking you to brace for disappointment today. He is asking you to lean toward the sound at the door. Something good is approaching, something that has your name on it, written long before you were born. The door I speak of is real in more ways than one. There is a door you walk through every day, the one that opens to your home, your street, your ordinary hours. And there is another door, quieter and far more important, the door of your heart. Both are about to be touched. What arrives at one will only matter if you let it pass through the other. So as we walk this path together, keep both unlocked. Do not bolt the inner one out of habit. The surprise needs a way in. Think for a moment about how many doors you have already closed in your life, quietly, without ceremony. The door to a dream you decided was foolish. The door to a relationship that hurt you. The door to a version of yourself you stopped believing you could become. Each of those closings made sense in the moment, but somewhere along the way, the closing became a habit, and now you reach for the lock before you even know who is knocking. If you feel something stir in you right now, a small flicker that says, maybe this is for me, do not silence it. That flicker is the Holy Spirit confirming the message reached the right soul. It is not coincidence that these words found you on this day, in this hour, with your heart in exactly the condition it is in. You were led here. You may even feel moved to type one simple word where others can see it. I am ready. Let that be your first act of opening. Not a performance, just a whisper turned outward, telling heaven that you are willing to receive. A single word can be a doorway. There is something the Father wishes to say to you directly now, not through my voice, but through his own, and I will simply step aside so you can hear it. He says, I have watched you longer than you know. I have stood near the door of your heart through every season you thought you stood alone. I did not stay away because I was distant. I stayed close while you healed enough to open. And now I am sending what I have prepared, because the hour has finally come for you to receive without fear. He says, you have called me silent, and I forgave the accusation because I understood the ache beneath it. But I was never silent. I was working in the rooms of your life you could not see, arranging the meeting, softening the heart of the one I am sending, lining up the moment so that nothing would be wasted. What looks sudden to you has been long in my hands. Trust the timing of a Father who has never been late to the things that matter. Now let us speak of the longing you almost gave up on. You know the one, the prayer you prayed so many times that you eventually stopped saying it out loud, because hearing your own voice ask again began to hurt. Maybe it was a prayer for companionship, for a hand to hold in the long evenings. Maybe it was a prayer for provision, for the kind of relief that would let your shoulders finally drop. Maybe it was a prayer for healing, or for a word from someone who walked away, or for a door of purpose to open after years of feeling overlooked. You did not stop wanting it, you only stopped believing it would come. There is a difference, and the Father knows that difference intimately. He watched you fold the prayer up small and tuck it somewhere deep, telling yourself it was childish to keep asking. He saw the night you decided to stop hoping, and he did not turn away from you for it. He understood. He has watched many faithful hearts grow tired in the waiting, but heaven never filed that prayer away as forgotten. It was held. It was kept warm. The words you stopped speaking were still rising, still gathered, still cradled in the hands of a father who counts every longing of his children. And the surprise coming to your door is the Father answering the very thing you assumed he had overlooked. He did not need you to keep asking out loud. He only needed you to be ready to receive. This is why the answer feels like a surprise, not because God forgot and suddenly remembered, but because the answer waited for the right hour, and the right hour rarely announces itself in advance. The best gifts are the ones you stopped staging your life around. They arrive while you are doing something ordinary, while you are washing a dish or walking a familiar street or sitting quietly with no expectation at all. That is exactly how you will know a divine hand is behind it. No human schedule could have timed it this gently. So, if you have been telling yourself that your season of waiting is simply who you are now, hear this correction with love. Waiting was never your identity, it was only a hallway. And every hallway has a door at the end of it. The walls felt endless because you could not see the turn, but the turn was always there, drawing closer with every step you took in faith. You are standing nearer to that door than you have allowed yourself to imagine. Let me tell you why the answer comes now, and why it comes in this particular form. The Father does not move on accident. When heaven sets something in motion toward your door, every detail has been measured. The timing was not chosen to test your patience. It was chosen because you are finally able to receive it without it breaking you. There were seasons when this same blessing would have arrived and you would have clutched it from fear, or built your whole sense of worth around it, or lost yourself trying to keep it. The Father loved you too much to hand you something you were not yet ready to hold with open hands, and so He let you grow. He let the waiting do its quiet work. The very delays that felt like silence were shaping you into someone who could receive a gift without being ruled by it. That is the hidden kindness inside the wait. You thought you were being passed over. You were being prepared. The surprise is arriving now precisely because you are now the kind of soul who can welcome it and still keep your peace if the form looks different than you pictured. Hear that part again, because it matters. The answer may not wear the face you expected. The person at your door may not be who you imagined when you first prayed. The opportunity may arrive through a doorway you would have walked past without a second glance. The message may come from someone you had quietly written off. God reserves the right to answer in a language deeper than your preferences. Your part is not to inspect the surprise and decide whether it matches your old picture. Your part is to open and to trust that the one who sent it knows your true need better than your memory of what you once asked for. What you wanted was real, but what you needed was always known more fully in heaven than in your own heart. Let the Father give you the better thing, even when it arrives in unfamiliar clothing. There is a holy reason the surprise comes through another person or a message or an unexpected open door rather than dropping straight from the sky. The Father weaves your blessings through the lives of others so that you remain connected, so that you stay woven into the great fabric of how heaven moves on earth. You are not meant to receive in isolation. The knock at your door is also an invitation back into belonging. Someone was sent, and in being sent, they were blessed too. Your answer is somebody else's obedience made visible, and one day you will be the one heaven sends to a door you did not choose, carrying a surprise you do not fully understand, and that will be your turn to be the answer for another waiting heart. This is how the love of God moves, hand to hand, door to door, never running dry. So do not be surprised if the one who arrives at your door carries a little awe of their own. They may not fully understand why they were drawn to reach you, why your name surfaced in their mind, why they could not rest until they came. They are following a prompting they cannot quite name. The same spirit that prepared your heart prepared theirs. When two obediences meet at a single threshold, something holy happens that neither person planned. That is the signature of heaven on an ordinary moment. Now let us speak of what this surprise actually brings, because it is more than a single event. When the Father sends something to your door, it never arrives empty-handed. It carries a chain of blessings hidden inside the first one, the way a single seed carries an entire orchard folded into its quiet center. What looks like one gift is the beginning of many. The first thing it brings is relief, the kind of relief that loosens a knot you have carried so long you forgot it was there. You will feel your breath go deeper. You will feel a weight you assumed was permanent begin to lift from your shoulders. This is not your imagination. This is the felt evidence that heaven has moved on your behalf, and your body recognizes rescue before your mind can fully explain it. Your relief is real, and it is only the first thread. You may even cry, and if you do, let the tears come without shame. They are not weakness. They are the overflow of a heart that held its breath for too long and is finally allowed to exhale. Some of those tears will be for the relief itself, and some will be for the younger version of you who waited so faithfully and was so sure no one was coming. Tell that part of you the news. Someone came. The waiting was not in vain. The second thing it brings is direction. For so long you have wondered whether you were drifting, whether your steps meant anything at all, whether the road you were on led anywhere good. The surprise at your door comes with a sense of being placed, of suddenly understanding that you are exactly where you needed to be for this to find you. The confusion that fogged your path will start to clear, not all at once, but enough that you can see the next faithful step. And the next step is always all you truly need to see. You were never asked to map the whole journey from where you stand. The Father gives light for one step and then another, and the path reveals itself only to those willing to walk it. The surprise coming to your door is not the end of your story. It is a lamp held up at a single turn, showing you that the road continues, that it was always leading somewhere, that your wandering had a shape you could not see from inside it. The third thing it brings is restoration. Whatever was taken, whatever was lost in the long seasons behind you, the Father specializes in giving back more than was stolen. He does not merely replace, he multiplies. The years that felt wasted become the soil for something richer than the original ever could have been. You will look at what arrives and understand that the detour was never a punishment. It was the long road to a better gift, and you would not trade the depth it gave you. And the fourth thing it brings, perhaps the deepest, is the quiet return of joy. Not the loud joy of a single good day, but the steady warmth of knowing you are seen. You are not forgotten. You were never forgotten. The God of all heaven knew your address, knew your longing, knew the exact hour your heart could bear good news again, and he sent it. That knowledge alone is a blessing larger than the surprise itself, and it will outlast every circumstance that comes and goes. And there is a fifth gift, woven quietly through all the others that you may not notice until later. The surprise at your door will give you back your faith in good things. For so long you taught your heart to expect the worst, to read every silence as rejection, to flinch before the disappointment even came. When this answer arrives, something in you will begin to soften. You will start to believe again that the universe is not against you, that heaven leans toward your good, that you are allowed to hope. That restored faith is worth more than any single blessing, because it changes how you will meet every season still to come. A heart that has been surprised by goodness once learns to keep its door unlocked. You will stop bracing. You will start expecting. And the same Father who sent this surprise will find a willing, open door every time he wishes to send another. This is how one answer becomes the beginning of a whole new way of living. But I would not be honest with you, chosen one, if I did not name the thing that could keep the door closed. There is a fear that has guarded that threshold for a long time, and it speaks in a reasonable voice. It says, "Do not open, because if you open and it is not real, you will have to feel the disappointment all over again." It says, "It is safer behind a locked door. Nothing can hurt you if nothing can reach you." That fear has protected you. In its way, I will not mock it. It built its walls during seasons when you truly needed shelter, when opening would have cost you more than you could pay. There was wisdom in those walls once, but the same walls that kept out the hurt have also been keeping out the blessing. A door that cannot open to pain cannot open to good news either. And the Father is asking you, gently, whether you are willing to risk being surprised by something beautiful. Notice how the fear always speaks in the language of safety, never in the language of life. It promises you protection, but delivers only a smaller world. It tells you that staying closed is wisdom, when often it is simply old wounds wearing the mask of caution. The Father is not asking you to be reckless. He is asking you to discern the difference between a wall that still serves you and a wall that has quietly become a prison you forgot you built. Here is the truth the fear does not want you to weigh. The disappointment you are bracing against is only a possibility, but the blessing on its way is a certainty, sent by the one who does not break his word. You are guarding yourself against a maybe and accidentally locking out a promise. The fear is not lying about the risk. It is simply refusing to count the reward, and a fear that only counts the loss will always tell you to stay closed. So, when you hear the knock and the old voice rises up telling you to stay hidden, I want you to answer it with something stronger than reassurance. Answer it with movement. Walk toward the door anyway. Faith has never been the absence of fear. Faith is the small, trembling step you take while the fear is still talking. You do not need to feel brave. You only need to reach for the handle. Heaven will meet you the moment your hand touches it. And now, chosen one, hear who you are in all of this, because your identity is the real reason this surprise can find you at all. You are not someone life happens to. You are someone heaven moves toward. There is a difference between a person who waits behind a locked door, hoping nothing bad finds them, and a person who stands ready, hand near the handle, trusting that what comes was sent with love. You are the second kind. You always were. You simply forgot in the long seasons when no one came. You are the one who opens. That is your nature, written into you before the world had your name. When others retreat and bolt every entrance, you are the soul brave enough to turn the handle and see what God has sent. This is not naivety. It is the deepest form of courage, the willingness to receive. Anyone can guard a closed life. It takes a chosen one to keep the door of the heart unlocked after everything that tried to seal it shut for good. So receive this as your truth. You are seen by the Father. You are remembered by heaven. You are the answer to someone's prayer, even as your own answer walks toward you. You are not too late, not too broken, not too forgotten to be surprised by goodness. The door of your heart is yours to open, and today you are choosing to leave it unlocked. No fear gets the final word over a soul the Father has marked as his own. Picture yourself standing at that threshold now, in the calm before the knock. You are not the frightened version of yourself who learned to dread the sound of arrival. You are steadier than that. You have walked through enough silence to know the difference between an empty hallway and a Father who is simply not finished yet. So you wait without bracing. You stand without flinching. And when the handle finally turns under your hand, it turns because you chose to open, and that choice is the most honest prayer your whole life has been preparing to pray. If something in you agrees, Let it become a declaration where others can witness it. Speak it plainly. My door is open, and I am ready to receive. Let those words be the second key you turn today, the seal of your willingness, spoken not in fear but in quiet, settled faith. And now we come to the still place, the closing of our time together. Breathe, chosen one. Let your shoulders fall. Take this moment to be grateful before the answer even arrives, because gratitude offered in advance is the truest sign of trust. Thank the Father for hearing the prayer you stopped praying. Thank Him for keeping it warm through every silent season. Thank Him for sending what comes, even before you have seen its face. Now, release. Let go of the grip you have kept on how the surprise should look, on when it should arrive, on whether you have done enough to deserve it. Open your hands in your lap and let the demand soften into welcome. You do not have to control the answer. You only have to receive it. Let it come the way the Father chooses, in His timing, in His form, with His wisdom guiding every step toward your threshold. Surrender is not losing. Surrender is making room. And as you rest in that surrender, receive these words spoken over you. You are seen, you are remembered, you are ready. You are the one who opens. You are loved beyond the reach of every fear that ever told you to stay hidden. The surprise approaching your door was prepared by a Father who has never once forgotten your name, not for a single moment of your life. Listen now, deep in the quiet. There is a knock coming, and you no longer need to be afraid of it. When it comes, you will know, and you will open. The door of your heart is unlocked. The answer is on its way. Receive it in peace, and let the goodness of God walk in. And so it is. Amen.